We will begin with our invocation as you find your seats. Thank you very much. Everybody finding a place. No, we're going to do invocation and chant and then peace on earth. So they have something to come to. Okay. Thank you. And you can be seated while I read the invocation. Thank you. Really, thank you, Mother, Father, God, for bringing us all together. As we come together, we open our hearts in gratitude for this space, for the opportunity for friendship and our connection to Spirit. And with this, we say thank you. And our intent, which says a lot about who we are. We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services. By using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where we can worship the God of our own understanding. And it's a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join us all in this celebration together of life, to nourish our spirits and to enjoy the company of kindred souls. And now you'll find our first song on the laminated card, and it's going to be Peace on Earth. Let there be peace on earth. And please be seated. I'm so much taller than usual with the microphone this way. This is the time I want to introduce our service today and our people. And as we all know here, and whoever sees us in later reincarnations on the internet, on YouTube, we are a church that leads ourselves with a board of directors. We have for almost 30 years or so, and we have a president, and that's me. and we have an incredible group of a board. And with all that we are doing, we are bringing in a variety of speakers on the subjects we have chosen together. And right now, today, we're going to have a healing service and a song Sunday. And so it's really going to be a special day, unusual. We're going to have much more singing because our dear Barbara With was supposed to be way out of the country, or at least way in a different part of the country today, and she is the one who gives us song leadership. And so we've added that in today, and Virginia, a long time, I'm going to give us a little bit more of an introduction in a minute, but is here too. And so we've mixed everything together in a new way today. And we're going to have fun. And with that, I will say a few words about our speaker healer today, Virginia. She was a a child, this is the second person we've had in a very short period of time, that was awake as a young child and had a hard time. And at 4 years old, she was fortunate to have an Irish aunt in her family, and that aunt began teaching her for 3 years before she passed. And I'm going to say you just moved around through your life, a bit of a rebel, and then in the early 70s, she finds herself in front of the Spiritualist Church of New York City. And it's hard to say whether she found it or it found her. But by the end of that decade, she was an ordained spiritualist minister. And she has taught many things, and I'm going to read a short list here. She's taught psychic development, astrology, mediumship, and the tarot throughout her life. She's taught in Poland for 11 years at the university level with English. She has traveled and lived in many places. Norfolk is one, Norfolk, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Houston, she came here from in 2020. And we're lucky and grateful that she found us. And she has so much experience. We're very grateful to have you here. And she's going to do 3 parts of the service all mixed together: our prayer bowl, our healing meditation, and the presentation, the speaker, the message of the day. So that's going to be wonderful. Thank you. And to say a few more words about Barbara, she's been a professional singer since her late teens. She's also a medium, and she's traveling the world now working for world peace with her Conflict Revolution, which was channeled in with Einstein as part of the crew in the mid-90s. And so she's on the board too. She commutes from Madeline Island when she's in the region, and when she's in Texas or Norway or Israel, she's Zooms in for her meetings. And so with that, I welcome all of you. And let's see, we're going to turn now to our principles, which you will find in the front of your hymnal. And they're not laminated yet. We're moving toward that, but we're being pretty intentional about when we're ready. So let's read these together. We believe God is the eternal source and creator of all, and is present in everything. Our eternal soul, endowed with free will, grows through many lifetimes. Communication occurs between the physical and spiritual worlds. Prayer and meditation strengthen our connection to the divine. All healing comes from Source. Seeking this for ourselves and compassion for others suffering is the highest priority. Because we are all one, what we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. The choice of love is always open for every soul. Living these principles leads us to grow in divine love. And now, on your laminated card again, you're going to find the affirmation, the church affirmation on one side or the other on the lower half. And we're going to read that together too, because this is how things happen in the universe. Affirming and feeling the energy of the words. We totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. We know that as our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership, and we are grateful. And now, we're going to turn it over to Barbara for our first set of songs.
Okay, I so was proud of myself for putting those songs up there, but that's not all really the order that they're in, so never mind. But let's start with 4. Ready? Holy Is that it? All right, okay. All right, that's good. Let's go to 305. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the sky, for the love which from our birth over and around us lie. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. The third verse. For the joy of ear and eye, for the heart and mind's delight, for the music melody, linking us to song and sight. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. I'll give the last verse. All right, one more. Let's do 308, all right? Let's see. Sowing in the morning, sowing seeds of kindness, sowing in the noontime and the dewy eve, waiting for the harvest and the time of reaping. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Sowing in the sunshine, sowing in the shadows, fearing neither clouds nor winter's chilling breeze. By the harvest and the labor's ended, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Here we go. Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. To us.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Good job, everyone.
As we turn toward our healing time now, I want to show you the box that is going to be a collection place for art supplies for children at ACO. And our visitor, one of our visitors today, is Charla Gardner, right there, and she is going to be our speaker next week and teach us about this marvelous work that Grandmothers for Peace does in our community for the unhoused homeless population. So you'll see this downstairs, and she'll introduce it fully for us next week. Thank you, Charla. Yes. And now we turn to Virginia and the healing time.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. okay? Every angle makes a difference, right? It's always going to be the physics of the world. Okay. We always have our healing bowl, and it's really something that is specific to our group, and we take it very seriously. We not only put names in on pieces of paper, if they come like on an email or something like that, the name can be put on or the email cut out and put in, so that we always have something happening in our bowl. Today, what I'd like to do, since we have Barbara with us today, and actually her songs today were really on point. Everything talked about bringing it in so that it can be used, right? Bringing in the sheaves. That was the best one, I think. But they all worked. They were all nice energy. And so today, I'd like to keep the energy that she started, and I'd like to work with that energy with you, okay? This isn't going to be a little talk that just kind of puts you to sleep. That isn't the point. Healing is active. All healing is active. Even when you're at home and you bump yourself and you go, oh, right? You put your hand over whatever it is that hurt and you kind of rub it. What are you doing? You're moving the energy that was in your arm to create a different situation to make it not hurt so much, okay? So we're just going to work with energy today. It sounds simple, but it can be fun. How many people like fun? Okay. So today is going to be a fun day. And our healing bowl is going to be the center of our fun day. And hopefully then when you go home, you'll also have something that you can continue to do from afar, because distance healing is really very, very, very good. And I certainly over the years have had many experiences of it for myself and for others. So in working with that, let's start the idea. Okay, where does energy come from? Anybody want to give me an idea? Is it just the sound of my voice? That's one. Is it your laughter? That's two. Okay. But in reality, all energy comes, just like we say in our principles, all energy comes from Source or God. We can name Source whatever makes us the most comfortable, because if you're going to heal, you need to be comfortable with what you're going to do so that you trust yourself and you're not playing with a new game that you don't know how to work. So I call it Source because to me, literally, as we say, everything that we have that is here on this earth, us included, our benches, our cars, our lakes, our animals, all of the people are all part of the energy family. That's what we're made out of, right? And being made out of it and working with it, that's what we're going to do today. How many of you have ever either attended a class or had somebody show you how to make a ball of energy in your hands? Oh, good. I've got some experienced people. That's good. Okay, because that's what we're going to work with. We're going to work with a ball of energy. We're going to start with that. So energy can be any color. As I look around, there's plenty of different colors that everybody has on. And it can be coming from what we have on, like the beautiful plaid that Barbara has on. It could be coming from the lovely leaves that Jean has on. So it's anything that is comfortable for you. That's what we're going to start with. Can you put your hands in a receiving position, right? And we're going to ask, because the only way that this all works is if we ask. And if we ask from Source, it will always be given. And once we have what we need, or once we have what we're going to use, then we say thank you, because we're polite, but also because in doing that, you bring the circle full, okay? So in the bottom of your cupped hands, make a little ball of energy. It can be the size of a golf ball, it can be the size of a baseball, it can be the size of a football. Whatever you're feeling that you're going to be needing to use, that's what we're going to use first, because this has to come from within you. The source energy comes down and comes to you, and you put it in your hands. And we say thank you. The ball that I have in my hand is lavender. Many other people will use any other color, but I particularly have a direction for this healing ball, because that's what it's going to become. It's our healing ball. We've said, dear Source, please provide the energy for this healing. I would like to color it purple, red, green, blue, white, yellow, rainbow. You can have a rainbow in your ball, in your hands. And we say thank you, because in our mind's eye, we can see that ball of energy. It's there waiting for you to use now. So as part of our healing process, we always mention the fact that there are people that are in need in our community. Is there anyone that would like to add a name to our bowl? Yes? Mark. We'd like to add Mark to the bowl. Anyone else? Holly Blake. Harley. Yeah. Yeah, prayers for Harley for his operation, that it goes smoothly, and the healing part of it goes clear, okay? Anyone else? Okay, so we've added a couple of names to our healing bowl that's here in front of me. And so now we'll take a small minute, and I'd like you to add anybody else, including yourself, or your pets, or people that you know, or maybe the people who are at war, or maybe the people who are having difficult times with the weather, because that's also almost as bad as war these days. War is just more violent, but at any rate, there are a lot of people in need. So let's take a half minute and pray and put their ideas, the piece of them, in the ball of energy that you have. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Grow your ball just a little bit. Make it double. Make it twice the size that it was. Because with all of the people that you've put in there and the energy that you'll need that has been given by Source, we'll work with. So now that we have a little bit bigger ball, I'm going to make a joke. How many people like to play basketball? A few people? Okay. It sounds funny, but it's the idea. It's the idea that you'll be able to see what's going on with your energy. Turn the ball over so it's in one hand. Remove your top hand. Okay. I've got it in my left hand. You can have it in your right hand. Whether it's dominant or non-dominant doesn't make any difference. Okay. And now, everyone is going to put their ball of energy into our healing bowl. Okay? Poop! Let it go. Thank you. Okay, so how did that feel when you let it go? Did it feel like, that was nice? Did it work? Come on, give me some feedback here. You know, this is, every speaker needs a little feedback, whether it's a head movement, a yes movement, a no movement, whatever is going on. A little bit of feedback works. Okay. So we've now put all of that energy that we requested from Source, the whole group that's here, okay, has put it, and probably the people on Zoom as well could have done that without any problem, because all they had to do was to look at the bowl, and since I know where the camera is, I know that the bowl is in the camera frame, they could have popped theirs in there too, whether you're on Zoom or you're sitting here. That would work, because why? It's energy. It moves through all aspects of the world that we have today. And in doing so, we make it, we can make it work even more for not only us, but for other people. So this was a simple kind of exercise, I guess would be a good way. And in doing that, the energy that Barbara helped us to raise was the beginning of that energy that you used when you started your your healing ball. Now at home, you can do a healing ball anytime you want to. You just have to give yourself a half a second, put your hand out and say, Source, hey, Source, I need some energy here, please. And you bring it down and you say, I just heard from so-and-so that a person needs, like Hurley needs to have extra energy. So here, this is for Hurley. And imagine it coming right here to the bowl. Now, right now, the bowl is here in the middle, but I did it so that everyone would have a fair chance with their basketball to land it in the right place. Okay, but at this point, you know, it's going to go over to the side, but we always know that it's there. And so knowing that it's there, we all have a picture in our mind so that we individually, or if you happen to be hanging out with somebody else from the church, or if you happen to be with a group of children, that would actually work really well, something like this. Tossing a ball of energy would be easy, and it would be curious for them to do it because children are more likely to actually see the balls. You do know that, right? Yeah, they're very creative. We are creative, and that's part of the reason why I said the ball could be any color, because in the end, the color represents you or represents the type of healing you feel is necessary. So in doing it, it's really easy, you know, hey, yeah, hey, you up there, you know. I have a kitty that likes to cough. It's very annoying. And so I have a tendency to go right up against the side, and he goes, oh, thank you, Ma. And he stops. And that's good. That's good. That's what it's for, okay? And it doesn't make me any more active as a healer than you. You are just as active as you need to be and as you want to be in your life. Because healing is a 24/7 possibility. God works on Sundays. I think we all know that. Okay, so he's there all the time, right? So there is no lack of energy. This is energy that comes to us and has been coming to us here on Earth for multiple eons of time, long before we, who we think we are, actually populated the world. Okay? There have been many iterations of Earth, but we are an active group. Our specialty is that we have free will, just like in our principles. We have free will, and every time we say, thank you, Source, for whatever, the light turning green because you needed to get going because you were late, that works. I have a friend that always liked to have me traveling with her, and I said, why? And she says, because you diddle the lights. Do I? Yeah, I do. So it's one of those things that you can do. Energy is energy. Now, I would diddle the lights because we were probably late getting where we were needed to be, because we were in the process of doing a program or doing a project or something like that. So there was a reason behind being there sooner rather than later. So yeah, I used energy to do that too. But then, as I said at the beginning, everything that we see here, glass of water, our flame, our candle, that's a beautiful candle, all energy. We all believe that's a candle, and it's a candle here, right now, in our lives. Who knows? Maybe it was an oil lamp at one time in its life, maybe a long time ago. We still have many things today that have been around for a while. And the use of energy is the one that helps us to work effectively with them all. Anybody have any questions about anything that I've offered?
When we dive deep with you now,
Yeah.
can you give us a guiding anchor?
An anchor. An anchor. Okay. Well, we've got lots of anchors out in the lake. And they come in almost every style you can think of, from relatively small to extremely large. So yeah, an anchor, okay? We can all imagine an anchor. The idea of an anchor, though, means that you want to stay in place, right? I'm lucky, and the apartment that I live in, I can look out at the lake, and right about where I'm looking at the lake is what I call the parking lot. There's always 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, it depends on how busy the harbor is, of course, but there can be as many as 5 or 6 ships at anchor, waiting to come either into Superior, into Duluth, or into Two Harbors. Okay. And there's an app you can look at to find out whether they're going to Two Harbors or to Superior. And they just sit there. And at night it's kind of pretty because they have to have lights. It's a federal requirement, which is nice. I kind of like it, the lights on the lake. It makes it interesting because the lights never stay quite the same because the ships are many sizes and many shapes. So, do we want something that's going to anchor us, keep us in place? We can use an anchor such as when you want to do a meditation at a certain point in time. And so you sit yourself down and you say, okay, fine, I only need a little bit of an anchor today because this is going to be a short meditation. I'm only going to do 20 minutes or half an hour. And so you can put your anchor down next to you. And in doing that, you then have something that actually is very mediumistic, because in anchoring yourself there and then meditating, you're allowing spirit to come to you. And if you are at all interested in doing any form of mediumship, such as automatic writing or speaking or anything that is just simply you and spirit working, that would be an ideal point. And if you have an anchor, that means that you know exactly where you're going to be, so that when your mediumship process, your writing, your reading, your anything, the thought process is finished, your time is up for that particular period, you can say, thank you very much. I appreciate having had you here, because if spirit is going to write through you, it's going to have to come close enough to be able to use at least your arm. If you're going to speak, then they'll have to have access to your voice. And if you're going to, I don't know, type on the typewriter or do something like that where you have to have both fingers and hands moving, well, guess what? They all get borrowed. That's the way it happens. And then you say, I'm done, thank you very much. And you say your blessing prayer at the end, however your meditation closes. And you say, okay, I pick up my anchor and I'm going to put it here, and it's going to wait until I do my next healing. Are we done?
We need to be done. However, we would love to go deep for a little moment together and just be quiet together and meditate.
Okay.
Does that fit?
Sure.
Okay, let's take 5 minutes for that.
Okay. I can see the clock from here. We'll keep the clock in mind. Okay, she would like a meditation, and we can do one.
Just being quiet is fine.
Okay. Let's everybody take a deep breath and let it out very softly. Take another deep breath and let it out very softly. And now, I'm sure most of you know the words to In the Garden. We can visualize ourselves in a garden. And in the garden is an angel and a teacher. And there's a lovely bench sitting, looking over the pond. So we'll walk down until we get to the bench, and we'll have a seat. And The angel probably will stand behind you as a protector, and your teacher will sit next to you. Let's have a couple of minutes of listening to our teacher in the garden. Everybody take a deep breath. And thank your teacher for being with you, for providing you with new information or a new way of seeing something. And we'll slowly walk you back to where the gate is for the garden. The gate is always open, so you can come at any time. Spend a few minutes. And as we reach the gate of the garden, I'd like everybody to take a deep breath. And come back to where we are today at the moment. Okay. Everybody have a good time in the garden? See any flowers? I know it's November. There's always flowers in the garden. Okay. Well, I thank you very much for playing with me with our balls and our healing process. I hope you all take it home and use it because it is very effective. When you can't come in person, you can always flick a ball into the bowl. You know where it's going to be standing. It's always going to be standing over here. And in doing that, that's going to be how it works. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Virginia. It was wonderful, and thank you to all of you for being here. It's a very big crowd. And we're now going to have some more songs. We'll have some more songs, and then we'll have our offering. And with with Barbara.
Okay, let's do 88. Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, enfolded in the presence rare of one who fills with truth and light, the one who works with wondrous might. The stillness of this silent hour brings peace, goodwill, and conscious power. The time of silence is to me eternal joy and harmony. Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, in love with all men everywhere. The universe is but the whole of all that is in man's pure soul. Through Christ the truth I now behold, the brotherhood of man unfold. Man thinks this loving thought and feels the beauty Christ the truth reveals. Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, into the secret place repair. I feel that quickening life of thine, and know that thine is also mine. The light of truth is now revealed. I sing with joy, for I am healed. The glory of the Lord I've seen, and one with him I'm kept serene. I think that's good. We've got some time stuff, so go to
So please come back. All right. And now we will have our offering, my people. And Jerry, come on up here. This is where you and me.
And from the universe of spirit, of God, of all of creation of the universe, we thank you all for the love and light that you are here, that we give this to ourselves and each other, for all the love we always will be, forever and ever and ever we will be. Amen. 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 You're welcome.
And now, let us, Sue, what's next? We're here for the benediction. That's right, for the benediction. And then we'll gather in our circle. And if you are unfamiliar with our songs, you can bring your song card, the laminated one, and we'll sing together. But today, may the road rise before all of us, and may the wind be always at our backs, and may the sun shine warm upon all our faces all over the world, all of humanity. And God, may you bless us all in the palm of their hand. Thank you all. And we gather together in the circle.
Behind us, should we put the bowl in the circle?
And let's put the bowl right
Okay.
in that circle.
Then I can put my thing here until I get there. People come in.
We can squeeze in a little more. People, this is the biggest circle we've had in a long time. Well done.
Well done. All right.
Okay, we sing.